Leilani and Michael, who's in charge of the Sunday school at Camden Park, has grown that Sunday school from 6 children to about 15 children now, just because they did the homework club.
Okay, how many quarters is a half?
We found that these children had a need that we could help them with their homework, and 2 of them were in our Sunday school, and they brought 4 of their friends to the homework club. In the past, where we would distribute leaflets and tell people, come to Sunday school, we didn't have much success with that. But the minute you meet people and meet a need and help them and reach out to them, kind of a family relationship starts to develop, and then some of those people just default to you and your ecclesia because they want to be with you and see what you do on Sunday. So that's been a wonderful result for us.
Yes. 7. Okay.
This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice. We shall rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made.
So COP Trust, COP stands for Community Outreach Program Trust. We established this non-profit organization in 2006. It's really the channel where we raise funds and attract funds from corporates in South Africa. They are very happy to give to non-profit organizations.
With the COP Trust, we managed to get a donor. We could use that money to buy a house, which we then converted into a community center, which now works as an educational center where the people can come for courses. We realized there was a need for a venue within Tembisa itself, because one of the big problems in South Africa is transport. Apiwe is in the center of Tembisa, so we have our outreach work together with our preaching work, together with our ecclesial work, all running from the same venue.
Apiwe means gift in the Sotho language.
People that visit there are very comfortable because they know the place already. A typical day would be, for example, like a Tuesday morning. It would start at about 9 o'clock, where the children, preschool children, aged 5 and 6, would come there for a program. Yolandi and I would teach the children how to become more school ready. This would involve both mental, physical and emotional programs that we run there. That would be in the morning. Then we would have a cooking course, which is more for older ladies who are wanting to plan nutritionally balanced meals for the children. But at the same time, we are also seeing it as a form of a life skill, so that when they apply for work as a domestic, they can already say, I know how to prepare a breakfast, I can prepare a lunch, I can prepare a tea, and it just puts them one up on someone who can just do ironing and washing and cleaning the house. So that would generally happen from about 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Then we have, in the evening, we have a Bible class, to which we have about, I'd say, between 30 to 50 people joining us there. The whole time at Apiwe, we have got the Bible Education Center, so anyone attending any of the courses at Apiwe can pop in at the Bible Education Center and have Bible study with Brother Andrew, who is sitting there. And we are also running a shop where we are providing T-shirts, educational material, educational books, all at a low cost price, because again, as I've mentioned, a big problem is transport and money, and the ladies can just come to a one-stop venue and we can offer them everything in that line.
Once a month we have what we call a rummage sale. In South Africa we call it a jumble sale. And we do the jumble sale with a twofold purpose. First of all, we bring goods that is donated by people, and we bring the goods to the community. They buy it at very cheap prices, but the funds we raise go towards helping children, subsidizing them to go on Bible study camps and youth camps that we have through the year. We do this once a month, and it's now become very well known by the people in the Tembisa township, and we find that they are very willing to come and see what we have to offer them every once a month. When I hold this up, what do you see? Say louder. The blood of Jesus.
The community center is now also a venue on Sundays for the Tembisa ecclesia. So the ecclesia is very small at the moment, and we call it a satellite ecclesia. So what that means is our ecclesia in Kempton Park is helping three brothers there and a sister. So it's very small, but we're giving them support every Sunday. We attend their meeting until the numbers grow so that they can be a fully fledged ecclesia on their own. A lot of the students that do the Bible correspondence course that they enroll for at the Bible Education Center then turn up at our Bible classes or on a Sunday morning for the meeting.
John chapter 4 verse 6. Brethren and sisters from all over the world can get involved, either directly or indirectly, with a lot of our projects. Sister Jennifer Malay came out here last year and visited some of our preschools, and she saw a big need with the children because it really gets cold in South Africa. It gets well below freezing point. A lot of the children at the preschool have sleeping time. They have to sleep on a floor, which is often just a cement floor. If the teacher can afford it, they have a carpet, or they sleep on a blanket. What she did is she started the Snuggles program, which goes well with our Cuddle program. Snuggles stands for Supporting Needs of the Underprivileged Through Generous Gifts of Love in Every Stitch, which I think is so beautiful, because what it means is that our brethren and sisters are having an opportunity in America to contribute to a massive need we have in South Africa. Jennifer and the brethren and sisters send us just the squares, and then the squares come to a peewee, and on a Wednesday afternoon I have the women from the community come to a peewee from 1 o'clock to 2:30. We sit and we have shown them how to join these squares together, and we have said to them that everyone, for every blanket that they complete, they can take that blanket to their preschool, so free of charge. That is their blanket. And while they're busy doing this, I run a ladies' Bible club. I do a sisters class, sharing biblical knowledge with them. So they will ask me a question either about a person in the Bible, or they will ask me about an event, or they will ask me about a book in the Bible. And I found it's more effective to answer a question that is important to someone at that precise moment, rather than following a fixed program, and it might not be relevant to them in their lives. And also with them having to join the squares together, they've now put some skin in the game, so they're going to look after that blanket far more than what if they had just got a completed blanket. So it's one of those really beautiful efforts that's happening here, where we have got brethren and sisters contributing to and doing outreach work, but it's on a long-distance basis.
I would say to them, come out here and see it for yourself, because you will be so rewarded with the kind of work that you'll be doing. It's quite a life-changing experience, and it's really quite fun to actually be involved with these people who are so keen to learn and so keen to learn different things.
Why is it life-changing? How is your life changing?
It's the way you see the way they live, that they live such simple lives, but they seem to be very happy and very content with what they have, when compared to us when we are living in a material world, the things that we always want and the complaints that we always have to come up with because things are not good enough for us. But these people are just seem to get on with life and just accept it as it is, which has been quite an experience for me.
We really believe God is really at work here, because in the beginning we just wanted to do outreach work and just show love to people and do good to them. But now what has happened with the COP Trust, the Community Outreach Program, we're becoming a facilitator to enable other people that can't get to the township to send their goodwill via donations or food or second-hand clothing, all those type of things. We're becoming a channel. We are putting more wealthy people in touch with the poor to help them and give them things. We have a lady, she has her own catering firm. They do a lot of catering for special events. And usually after these events, there's a lot of food that is left over.
We pack the meat in the containers. Yeah. Okay.
Before they met us, they were in a quandary, a moral dilemma, because they threw away all this food and foodstuffs, and they knew that it was really going to waste while other people could benefit from it. They met us via the internet, our website, and they then have this arrangement with us where if they have food left, they phone us, and then we go fetch the food and we distribute it almost immediately, because often some of the food is meat. We have a lot of these preschools and a couple of orphanages, homes of safety. All these people run on very tight budgets.
There's more than we bargained for.
They're often short of money, so if they get extra food in a month, it's a huge bonus to them.
Some bread rolls.
We put all the food in the containers and we take it to the Apiwe Community Center, and we then package it into smaller packages, parcels, plastic bags, so according to who we know we were going to give it to. This last time we made enough packets for the 40 children that night.
So in this parcel you will get 4 rolls, some nice salad, noodles, and I have tasted this, lamb chops.
And they came for the Bible class as usual, but this night they got a big surprise, because they all had a parcel given to them at the end, and for them that is huge. That is a nice meal for them. They're not used to that. When we got into the bus to take them home after the Bible class, there were some of them already eating away, and you can see some of those kids are hungry. So you know, it's a lovely combination at the Bible class.
Happy is a girl whose name is quite a strange one.
When I was born, they were all happy. So my father named me Happy, and he asked my mother to give me a Zulu name. So my mother said it's Pindile, like meaning it happened again and again and again.
Happy's situation is anything but happy. But Happy as a person is a happy person. We met Happy through the food distribution project at the primary school. She's a highly intelligent girl, and the school always used Happy to give the thank you after we had given the food parcels. We got to know Happy a lot better because she came to me and she gave me a letter the one day, and she said she just wanted to tell me the story of her life. Happy is 12 years old. She lives with her mother.
My father died in 2006. He was the only one working. My mother's children is 6, and then my auntie that who passed away had 4 children. So it's my mother's responsibility now to take care of the children. The situation got really hard. My auntie died. We struggled a lot. We would sleep for 2 days or more without eating anything. You came to a school and gave us groceries. That was much better. I'm held by many people surrounding me, helping me. So at last, I've been praying for this for a long time. So at least God answered my prayers.
Happy is an easy person to work with because her English is excellent. Happy is not unique in her situation. There are a lot of children that we come into contact with in Tembisa that are destitute, the family is struggling, the children are barely making ends meet, but you know, you put a smile on your face and no one actually knows what your home situation is like. But coming into contact with Happy, talking to the school, and having a volunteer with us at that stage from an ecclesia in the UK, it just seemed as though God was pushing us in a certain direction. Happy was very happy to come to our Sunday school. I mentioned to her that it's just kind of down the road. Well, traveling by car, it's just down the road. But when a young girl has to walk, it can take her between 45 minutes to an hour.
Because the temple was the Lord's house.
And she and Sister Yvonne from the UK struck up a friendship. After speaking to the school now as well, Yvonne has agreed to sponsor Happy. She said to Happy, please draw me up a dreams list. And Happy's list consisted of, I would like a school uniform. I would like to have more school resources so that I can answer my projects better. And I would like to go on the Bible camp. And that was Happy's request from a young girl who shares a home with 14 people, hardly ever has food in her house. She didn't mention any of those things. She has got a very good sense of humor, and she is a real treat. We really enjoy having Happy at Sunday school.
We've got something to show you, but you mustn't be scared, okay?
But tell you something, I get
Today we are at Mavis's creche called Kibone Lesedi, and today we're doing a reptile show with the kids. Michael and I have a passion for animals, and we have a couple of reptiles. Today we brought 2 of our corn snakes.
Corn snake.
I've been one of those people that love creepy animals, especially snakes and toads and dragons and all kind of things that people don't like to handle. The snakes are my favorite animals. I like the feeling of the cold scales against my skin, and it's also intriguing to feel how something without any legs can actually muscle around you. So it's actually wonderful to feel the power around it.
In the township, they are very scared of snakes, and there's a lot of superstition around snakes. Obviously, information is power, so we want to share with them what a snake really is, and that it isn't really dangerous to humans, that they can be beneficial.
With being confident and calm and just relaxed about handling the snakes, it shows them that there's nothing actually to fear. By acting nervous and being afraid that it's going to bite you the whole time will actually intrigue a kind of sensation of fear with them.
Every time we arrive, the kids are usually a little bit fearful and scared, and by the time we're done and they've handled, the shed skin, and they've had a chance to touch the snake, the fear's gone, and they're all just too eager to want to touch the snake, and that's really great to see.
My favorite part when I show the kids the animals is the look on their faces. It is such a surprised look and also such a hungry look. You can see that they thirst for the knowledge and they enjoy actually what is happening, especially when you can now tell them come and touch the snake or come and touch the dragon. That is such a wonderful feeling to see the excitement in their eyes. Sometimes the fear. Here and there you'll see a little girl with a tear in her eye, but she's coming up and she's facing up to her fears, and that is what is the most rewarding of doing this show for the children.
We do the show quite often at quite a few of the different creches. Everyone wants to own pets, and especially when you're a kid you want to have this exciting pet like a snake, but we want them to realize that there's a lot of care that needs to be taken and they need a special kind of habitat and things like that. So we do that kind of show for the older kids where we have more animals at the same time.
When we do classes for the older children, normally we give them, when we do the snakes, we give them the ways that they can identify a non-venomous snake to a venomous snake, which we feel is very important when they get to those ages, so they know which to run from and which they can actually be calm around.
Generally we try and leave with them a song about the snake.
I'm being swallowed by a boa constrictor.
When we do the snake we sing I'm being swallowed by a boa constrictor, which is also good because it teaches them parts of the body like your toe and your knee and your head and your neck, things like that, and rhyming words. And then we also leave a worksheet. The worksheet with the snakes is a coiled snake which they have to color, and then they have to cut on the coil, and then it sort of bounces up and down like a spring. So it's practicing their coloring, their cutting, and to see whether they've sort of been listening and don't color the snake purple and pink. I want them to understand if it's green it should be because it's a tree snake, or if it's brown it's because it's lives in the desert. If they understand that concept.
With the serpent we can make connections to the time when the Israelites were in the wilderness and the serpent that was mentioned with Adam and Eve. So we try to make as many Bible connections as we can with the animals that we work with.
And they're learning a lot of new words, things like the concept of hibernation, of camouflage.
And then
We're just trying to get the English out there.
What is important of this work that Lalandi and I do is You are serving man and you are serving God at the same time. Instead of serving a corporation that is hungry for money, you're actually serving people that is hungry for attention and love. My name is Michael.
And I'm Lalandi. We're sponsored by WCF to do some outreach work for 2 years. We work here at the Telopele Good News Center. That's a Northern Sotho word which means progress, which is quite apt for what's been happening here. Altic Autopage said to us, "You've done so well at Apiwe and we're so impressed with what's happening there. Can you find another venue?" Basically, we want to duplicate here what's already happening at Apiwe because it's been so successful there.
We have a core group of about 55 children every Saturday, but it has happened that we had about up to 75 to 80 children at a stage. And it's been fun. It's great fun to have such a lot of children to teach. The cooking course that we are going to start was such a big success at the Apiwe Good News Center. We decided to duplicate the same here at Telopele. We're just teaching them ways to cook more healthy and to make some creative ideas when they are cooking. We're also trying to see if we can start a homework club as we are doing in Kempton Park at the center to help kids to advance with their languages and mathematics and just projects that they don't normally have the resources to attend to. Bible classes we are definitely going to start here as well. We have already done seminars on Learn to Read Your Bible Effectively seminar. We are hoping to do a night Bible class as it's running at the Apiwe Good News Center to expand our preaching efforts.
There is a lot of work and there's a lot of work for whatever your skills are, and everyone who's come here, we can say that they have felt they've grown. We've grown a lot in the last few years, the year or so that we've been doing this work, and it makes you feel like you're doing something worthwhile. You're making a difference in people's lives.
If you're a volunteer and you would like to come and help us, if you love children, if you feel like you have the need to preach to people, it's definitely the right place to come to. These children are hungry for the Bible. Definitely if you are in for fun and into teaching, this is the place to come to.